Hello everyone, myself Kunjal Mehta from NJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Ahmedabad. In today's lecture, our topic is CMOS inverter. So let's discuss about the CMOS first. First of all, it is very necessary to understand the full form of CMOS, that is complementary MOSFET. C, that is the complementary. Okay. So according to the name, CMOS technology uses both N-channel and P-channel devices in the same circuit. Actually, the circuit and cross-section of construction will have the combination of N-channel and P-channel devices. CMOS circuits are most difficult to fabricate than the circuits using only NMOS and PMOS devices. That means the construction of the circuit of CMOS, that means complementary NMOS. According to that, we will have to design the combination of N channel and P channel devices, that is more difficult to fabricate compared to other NMOS and PMOS devices. See, this is the cross-section view of the CMOS in which two P plus heavily doped regions are there, two N plus heavily doped regions are there. This is P well and this is the main substrate, that is N substrate. Okay. Filled oxide polysilicon gate. This dark color indicates the metal and metal contact. So this is just the cross-section view of the combination of N-channel and P-channel devices. CMOS inverter cross-section. In detail, for cross-section, it is necessary to understand the typically used P-type substrate for NMOS transistor and NMOS N substrate for PMOS transistor, vice versa. That means for inverter cross section or for designing the cross section area of CMOS, what we will have to require? We require P-type substrate for NMOS transistors and N-well for body of PMOS transistors. That means here you have the P substrate. Look at this figure. This is the P substrate and two N plus heavily doped regions. So it will be created as a NMOS transistor. Actually, this is nothing but the E-MOSFET. We have studied the E-MOSFET, that is enhancement MOSFET, in detail in previous lectures, right? There are also two types, N-E-MOSFET and P-E-MOSFET. N-channel E-MOSFET and P-channel E-MOSFET. And this is nothing but the CMOS, that is the combination of NMOS and PMOS. So this is the N-well and P plus regions are heavily doped regions like E-MOSFET, right? So this is known as PMOS transistor. So just this is the combination of NMOS transistor and PMOS transistor. Individual areas I have mentioned here by different color. By using the different colors, this is the line of SiO2 silicon dioxide. This is the N plus diffusion. This dark color is P plus diffusion. This black color is polysilicon for isolation purpose. And this is the metal. Blue color indicates the metallic contacts. Now let's come to the point of circuit diagram. Previously we have understood the construction and cross section. What is the CMOS? But now we are discussing about the circuit. Inverter circuit using IGFET or E-MOSFET. See, this is the E-MOSFET symbol. This is the source terminal and substrate terminal Both are connected together. This one is the drain terminal, this one is the drain terminal. Actually, this is the one transistor and this is the second transistor. Transistor 1 and transistor 2. One is PMOS and another is NMOS. This is the input which is given to the common of the gate terminal. And this is the output we are connecting like common to drain terminals. Plus VDD, that is nothing but the plus 5 volt supply. A separate p-valve region is formed with the n-type substrate and p-valve region acts as a substrate for n-channel MOSFET. So these are the nothing but the two transistors of the type MOSFET. Inverter cross section typically use p-type substrate for NMOS transistor. That means inverter cross section. We are using p-type substrate for NMOS transistor. This is N plus heavily doped region and we are using the p substrate, right? So this is NMOS transistor. Again I will discuss in detail. The source of N-channel MOSFET is connected to the ground. According to this circuit, you can understand that the source of N-channel MOSFET is connected to the ground. This is the N-channel MOSFET. The source is connected to the ground. The drain of both transistors are connected together and we are extracting the output terminal over here. And both gates are connected together and from common point we are applying the input. So input is applied to the common gate and output is taken from the common drain. The source is grounded for NMOS and source terminal of PMOS is connected to the plus VDD. These all points are described over here in explanation. The source of N channel is connected to the ground whereas source of P channel MOSFET is connected to plus VDD. Again I am repeating, this is NMOS and this is PMOS. Plus VDD, source is connected to the ground, right? The drains of both MOSFETs are connected together and output is taken from the common drain point. Output is taken from the common drain point. The gates are connected together and input is applied to this common point. The gates are connected together and input is applied to the common point, right? So according to this main circuit diagram, we can describe first the explanation of the circuit and this is the combination of the NMOS and PMOS. According to the direction of arrow, we are deciding the type of MOSFET, right? Again, I have drawn here the biasing of CMOS inverter with circuit design. Again, I am repeating inside arrow that is NMOS and outside arrow on the source terminal that is PMOS. Again, I am repeating that. See here the circuit diagram. Both drain terminals are common and we are taking output from this common point. Input is applied to the common point of both gate terminals, right? The source terminal of NMOS is grounded. And here you can see that the source terminal, see this is S. Source terminal is connected to the plus VDD supply of PMOS. Both are enhancement MOSFETs, right? PMOS is in negative and NMOS is in positive. The meaning of the second statement is that parameters of PMOS are negative and parameter of NMOS are positive. Now how CMOS acts as an inverter? That is the question. See, first we have understood that the construction and cross section and then I explained you that what is the circuit design of CMOS and now we are coming to the point of application. That is very important. application of the CMOS is inverter. So let's discuss about the operation of inverter, how it works as an inverter. We are applying the input voltage and these are the two transistors which are denoted by the names Q1 and Q2. So let's discuss about the input voltage may be 0 or may be 1. If we are considering or assuming the square wave, so we have only two inputs 0 and 1. 0 that means low voltage 0 and logic 1 that means highest voltage that is plus VDD. So according to that, let us consider the case 1. If Vi equal to 0, then VGS of Q1 will be 0. So it will be off. So Q1 will be off and VGS of Q2 of will be VDD. VGS of Q2 will be VDD. Here this is the VGS and we have the supply plus VDD. And here this is the NMOS VGS we have connected with the ground. So here we will have the input 0 and here we will have the input plus VDD. So NMOS Q1 will be off and Q2 will be on. In simple language, when input is 0 at that time Q1 off and Q2 on and the output will be always of Q2. If it is on, then plus VDD appears across the output. As Q2 is on, plus VDD appears at the output terminal. So plus VDD is equal to, logically it is equal to 1. So logic 1. Now the case 2. Let's discuss the case 2 if V input is plus VDD. First case was V input is equal to 0 and second case is V input is plus VDD. First, that is input is minimum and second, that is input is maximum. So if input is maximum plus VDD, then the operation will be reversed. The Q1 is equal to VDD, so it will be on and Q2 will be off. So output is connected to the ground and thus inversion will take place. It means that when input is VDD, that means logic 1, Q1 becomes on and Q2 becomes off, and that's why final output will become 0 due to Q1 is grounded. Okay. In the first case, Q2 is on. Therefore, output is VDD. But in the second case, Q1 is on. But Q1 source is connected to the ground. So, output is 0. Logically, 0. In short, if input is 0, then output is 1. If input is 1, then output is 0. So, we can say that inversion will take place. So the same operation I have shown here by explaining the waveforms. This is the input waveform 0, 1, 0, 1, low and high in square wave. And this is the output waveform. When input is 0, output is 1. When input is high, then output is 0. Again, when input is low, that means 0, then output is high. During the period of 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, according to that, whenever the input is 0, output is high, and whenever the input is high, output is low. So this is the inversion. Thus we can see that CMOS is used as an inverter circuit. The same waveform and operation is explained by equivalent circuit. If input is 0, then Q1 off, Q2 on. Same table is explained by equivalent circuit. If input is 0, Q1 off and Q2 on. That means in equivalent circuit, if input is 0 to this gate common, Q1 is off, that means open switch, and Q2 is on, that means short circuit. Similarly, if input is VDD, the cases will be reversed, Q1 on and Q2 off. So Q1 will be short circuit and Q2 will be open circuit. So in equivalent circuit, Q1 will be short circuit and Q2 will be open circuit. So if input is 0, output is plus VDD, according to this Q2 is on, right, in the first case. And in second case, if input is VDD, Q1 on and Q2 off, Due to that, this output is directly connected to the ground and therefore VO equal to 0. This all the operation and table and cases are described by the waveforms clearly, and the similar thing is described by the equivalent circuit. Okay, dear students, if you will have any doubt, then you can contact me anytime. So now let's time the MCQ session. What is the full form of CMOS? I have already explained and always learn the full form of CMOS. Complementary MOSFET, the correct answer. Question 2. At which terminal CMOS input is applied? Obviously, two gate terminals are connected to common. Yes, gate is common and input is applied to the common gate. So answer is common gate terminal. I am discussing directly the right answer. Okay. Correct answer must be, you know. Which combination of MOSFET are used in CMOS inverter? Obviously, NMOS and PMOS. One N-channel MOSFET and one P-channel MOSFET, right? Question 4. CMOS devices use complementary MOSFET. Similar the question of question 3. Both are MOSFET but complementary. One is N-channel and another is P-channel, but we are using MOSFET. Okay, so these are the basic questions regarding this topic. So first of all, I would like to revise all the points. This is the cross section of construction. This is the main circuit diagram for explaining the operation. One is NMOS and one is PMOS. And input is applied to the common gate. Output is collected from the common drain. One source is connected to the ground and another source terminal is connected to the plus VCC. And according to this table, you can explain the operation in detail. If input is 0, then output is 1. If input is 1, then our final output is 0. Thus, CMOS works as an inverter circuit. Okay? Thank you.